After Petro Poroshenko had brought the Tomos and autocephaly to Kiev, a wave of seizures of temples of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church began in Ukraine, which is tolerantly called by the authorities and media as transitions. All these temples allegedly joined the newly established OCU, the Orthodox Church of Ukraine.
Дивіться, кожен день, без будь-якого втручання держави, парафії приєднуються до нашої церкви.
The OCU, which Fana calls Holy Church of Ukraine, was born on December 15, 2018, at the so-called Unification Council as a result of the merger of the Kiev Patriarchate and the Ukrainian Autocephalous Church. At the same time, it was stated that these two structures agreed to voluntary dissolution in the run-up to the council.
Перед початком об'єднавчого собору дві церкви, які взяли участь в об'єднанні, це Київський Патріархат і Автокефальна церква, вони провели свої собори і постановили саморозпуск і шляхом злиття утворили єдину помісну церкву. Так що юридично ця нова церква є спадкоємицею і Автокефальної церкви, і церкви Київського Патріархату.
It would seem everything is clear. The Kiev Patriarchate and the Ukrainian Autocephalous Church no longer exist. There is only OCU, and it is the structure that parishes of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church are now being transferred to. However, things are not that simple. More than a month and a half has passed since the actual formation of the OCU, and there is no talk about any self-dissolution of the Kiev Patriarchate. In the register of the Ministry of Justice, in front of the Patriarchate of the UOC KP, it is clearly written, it is not in the process of liquidation.
Станом на сьогоднішній день у Державному реєстрі юридичних осіб та фізичних осіб, підприємців та громадських об'єднань відсутня будь-яка інформація про те, що вони почали процес ліквідації. Так як відповідно до законодавства, організація, яка приймає рішення про ліквідацію, вони протягом 3 діб повинні звернутися до державного реєстратора та надати інформацію про те, що вони прийняли таке рішення. Але на сьогоднішній день ніякої такої інформації в розділі тих організацій на сайті Міністерства юстиції немає.
Actually, the fact that the Kiev Patriarchate has not disappeared anywhere is confirmed by the very existence of its official website. One can make sure that there is no mention of either the OCU or the Holy Church of Ukraine, only the Kiev Patriarchate and the Most Holy Patriarch Filaret, who continues to lead this church. Here is a message where Filaret meets with rectors of Kiev temples and gives them indispensable advice. Here is a decree of Filaret on the letterhead of the Kiev Patriarchate, where he orders to make a liturgical mention in the first place of him, Patriarch of Kiev and all Rus Ukraine, and only then of Epiphany. It means after the nominal creation of the OCU, absolutely nothing has changed. The UOC KP existed and continues to exist. Filaret led it and continues to lead it. However, the question arises, if there was no voluntary dissolution of the Kiev Patriarchate and the UAOC, then does the OCU, which the authorities are talking about with such fanfare, really exist? On January 30th, the Kiev metropolis of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church was registered in the Ministry of Justice, in brackets, the Orthodox Church of Ukraine. In fact, it completely repeats the name of the canonical church, with the exception of the bashfully added text in brackets. The purpose of this name is obvious: to replace the real Ukrainian Orthodox Church. And it is not difficult to guess this was done at the behest of Filaret, who says that the Tomos was not given to OCU but to the Kiev Patriarchate, and demands that his assistants eradicate the name of the OCU and use only the Ukrainian Orthodox Church.
Ясно, що дали Томос Київському патріархату. І тому це не нова церква. Викорінив це назву Православна церква України. Це не наша назва. Ми є Українська православна церква. УПЦ, а не ПЦУ.
The Orthodox Church of Ukraine was registered 1.5 months later after its creation, but all this time the parishes have been actively taken away from the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. Yet, one of the first to be transferred to the OCU with much pomp was the community in the village of Vorsovka, Zhytomyr region. The head of Zhytomyr Regional State Administration, Igor Gundich, said, "The first community that left the UOC MP and joined the Orthodox Church of Ukraine has already received official confirmation. Today I've signed a decree which approved their statute." But where in reality the community passed can be found in the same registry on the website of the Ministry of Justice. There is no OCU in all documents, but there is only Kiev Patriarchate. This is exactly the case with other transitions.
І цілком очевидно і зрозуміло, що Філарет таким чином, обдуривши всіх довкола, є основним вигодонабувачем в цій ситуації. Вони не ліквідувалися, парафії юридично реєструються за Київським патріархатом. І як виявляється, що також і Томос дали Київському патріархату. Хоча це насправді не так.
It turns out that in the years after Euromaidan, the Kiev Patriarchate with great difficulty managed to seize less than 40 temples, and now, within only 6 weeks after the Unification Council, it has already reached about 100. At the same time, it is not about voluntary transitions at all. They are speaking about love, but acting as common raiders. Filaret by proxy takes over temples in favor of its structure, but no one expects anything else from him. However, there are other figures who, amid this chaos, commit lawlessness in their own interests. Member of the Inter-Council Presence of the Russian Church, former chairman of the Department for External Church Relations of the UOC, and vociferous accuser of Filaret's lawlessness, Metropolitan Alexander Drabinka, banned in the ministry. Together with Metropolitan Simeon, he appeared on December 15th at the Unification Council of the OCU and since then has frenzied his activity.
Перейдя в новую церковь, вы сохранили этот титул?
Так, і титул, і посада в мене збереглися. З титулом Переяслав-Хмельницький-Вишневський я служив багато років під керівництвом покійного блаженнішого митрополита Володимира, пізніше митрополита Онуфрія.
In the UOC, Drabinka indeed had the title of Metropolitan of Pereyasl-Khmelnytskyi and Vishnevaya. However, he was a vicar bishop, that is, the bishop who does not have the right to interfere in the administration of parishes. Nevertheless, having joined the virtual OCU, Metropolitan Alexander is engaged in the actual transfer of communities of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church to the OCU. Moreover, he does it not in the territory indicated in his title, but in various localities of Ukraine, Kolomia, Zaporozhye, Starobelsk in Lugansk region, etc. Even the patriotic press wonders why those who wish to change jurisdiction, for example in Kolomia Cathedral, did not turn to the local bishop of the Kiev Patriarchate. The local edition Mirror Media writes, why to Drabinka and not to the bishop of Kolomia and Kosov Julian, or to the Metropolitan of all Ukraine Epiphany himself? The answer to this question can be found in the header of the appeal, which Drabinka wrote on behalf of the rector of the community in the village of Morozovka, Baryshevka district, Nikolai Brega. To His Eminence Metropolitan Alexander, Chancellor of Kiev and Kiev region, on behalf of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. Does it mean that Drabinka has been appointed or has appointed himself in the OCU as the one administering the transitions of communities from the Ukrainian Orthodox Church? How legal is it? From the point of view of the canonical church, it is absolutely lawless. From the point of view of the OCU, it is absolutely regular. No less regular is the fact that Alexander Drabinka gets into an obvious forgery. After all, the petition addressed to him on behalf of the parish rector was obviously written by Drabinka himself. There is no signature below. Moreover, Father Nikolai himself stated that he did not write or sign any petitions. Interestingly, for another blessing, Metropolitan Alexander uses the form of the foundation of his beatitude Vladimir, the deceased Metropolitan of Kiev, as well as the seal of the Vicar of the Kiev Metropolis of the UOC. When directing the former UOC cleric Igor Sava to serve in Zaporozhye, Alexander Drabinka gave him an anti-mention blessed by Patriarch Kirill of the Russian Orthodox Church. For the time being, Alexander Drabinka is only banned in the ministry and still has the rank of Metropolitan. However, this behavior is hardly compatible with the episcopal rank, and Metropolitan Alexander risks becoming a layman, just Alexander Drabinka.
Хтось ще й пише, там, дивлячись на вашу поведінку, митрополит Володимир взагалі в гробу перевертається.
Meanwhile, Vinnytsia Metropolitan Simeon sued the new ruling bishop, Archbishop Varsonofy, in order to prevent him from administering the diocese.
Він через суд хоче повністю відсудити всі уставні документи, можна сказати, все майно Вінницької єпархії, всі кошти, які були. Ну, якщо світською мовою, то це така рейдерська атака на Вінницьку єпархію через суд.
Why do both Simeon and Metropolitan Alexander commit such lawless and, frankly speaking, unethical, not at all Christian acts? Again, the reason must be sought in the words of Philaret about who the Tomos was given to.
То кому Томос давати? Цим двом московським архієреям без парафії.
Having betrayed their church, the two metropolitans in fact have become part of the Kiev Patriarchate and were compelled to play by the rules common in their new family. And in order to survive in the new structure, the renegades feverishly seek to accumulate parishes and gain some weight. But will it make them equals?
Їх там не будуть вважати за своїх. Вони все одно там залишаються московськими єпископами і московськими священниками. Тим більше, що є така інформація, що хочуть створити окреме благочиння, які будуть наповнювати виключно священниками, які перейшли з Української православної церкви. Тобто, якимось чином їх не то що обмежувати, а відділяти від іншої частини тої церкви, яку вони утворили. І я так розумію, що ставлення до них не зміниться.
We know that in the Gospel, one can find an answer to almost every question or bewilderment. Looking at what the leaders of the new church are proposing to us, the words of the Savior involuntarily come to mind. You will know them by their fruits. Do we see fruits here that can help enter the kingdom of heaven? Hardly. Cunning, hypocrisy and deceit are lucrative in the earthly life, but completely useless and even harmful in heaven. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Asks us the Savior. Entrusting our spiritual life to people who call themselves church hierarchs, we need to ask ourselves this question every time.